There. Hi, hello and welcome. Playing Beyond Typus in 2025 with people on Twitch. How's it going? I'm talking about the effects of Beyond Typus and what's different. And I'm just going to go from there. So, hey, we're going to play as Byzantium soon. But first, just take a look at the fort's historical accuracy. So if you look at the fort map mode, there's a fort in Damascus. There's a fort in Homs. There's a fort in Aleppo. There's a fort in whatever, you know? And what's really interesting to me about Beyond Typus is where the forts are. So there's this like mountain range here, right? And if I'm playing EU4, I really would like to have a fort in Sidon because it's surrounded by rivers on all sides. It's a coastal mountain fort. So defensive. And yet, where is the fort? Damascus. Because historic. And when you're playing in this region, what's fascinating is the way that armies like move around these mountains and stuff. Not only is supply lower, which is kind of a pain sometimes, but like these natural like paths that you'll find, and it's not just this region. It's like you'll see it here. If you look really in depth at the fort placement in Wallachia, this country, it's like the entire country is oriented to be a bastion against the Ottomans. It's nuts. They've got their capital fort here in the hills. Then they've got a fort here and here, which don't seem like they'd be very defensive, right? But like, how do I describe it? Like the way that the armies are forced to move around these provinces due to zone of control is really cool. Like if they move in this direction, they can't get to the capital fort. They have to come in directly through here. If they want to try to go for the capital, they got to go straight up that way. And I don't know. The whole thing is really interesting to me. One of the reasons why we're playing Beyond Typus. So, that being said, we're playing with the Byzantine Resurgence Mod as well, which is a sub-mod for Byzantium for Beyond Typus, which overhauls the Byzantine Mission tree, and doesn't necessarily make Byzantium overpowered because Byzantium is still very weak. A couple notable things that are different. Byzantium starts as a tributary underneath the Ottomans. They are not independent at the start. However, the Ottomans are going to kick us out and then try to murder us. Like the Ottomans do. AdZip389, thank you for your Twitch Prime. XDeli X, thank you for your 58 months. Super Rascal, thank you for your 21 months. Have I pitched area-based supply to them yet? I've tried, but unfortunately area-based supply is not something that can be coded in vanilla EU4. However, there are, I believe, 2 buildings that give increased force limit now. There was one before called the, it was originally the Armory. The buildings are still going through development stuff. So I'm not sure where, I think it's the Granary now. The Granary and the Barracks both increase local supply limit. So wherever you're going to house and quarter your troops and raise your manpower max, you're also going to have slightly higher supply. Makes sense. Yeah, the barracks continues to scale up to there. Regimental camp also gives some supply limit. And conscription camp does it. And I want to say the granary, which is somewhere. Church. Where I don't know where things are. Typically. Where is the granary? Let's just find it. The granary is a building. I know it exists. There it is, Granary. Local supply +1. And supply limit modifier +50%. You build a granary in your capital, and you're going to have some supply. I mean, it's already 425%, but another 50% can't hurt. Plus cores equals Sad Byzantium. Well, we have fewer cores to start, but we gain cores from missions. Byzantium gains core on the provinces required for the mission deny Ottoman access. So, there's this mission that'll give us some cores, this gives us cores, this gives us cores, this gives us cores. And it's actually to our benefit that we don't just have tons of cores that are uncontested. Because if we had like 30 uncontested cores, we'd be losing prestige right now. What does this Hagia Sophia do here? Hagia Sophia is at tier 2 right now. And it does these things. Sorry. The Clericoi loyalty equilibrium is at 10%. Tolerance to the true faith +0.5. Yearly patriarch authority 0.2. That's all it does. We also have Theodosian walls at level, looks like 2. Local defensiveness plus 50%. Tier 3 would give us an extra fort level and a global modifier to leader siege plus 1. It would just cost, 5,000 gold. No big deal. Wouldn't that also hurt opinion with the Ottoman? Us having core on them would affect our opinion of them, but it would not affect their opinion of us. Our opinion of them is at... And in fact, no, I think it's just minus 20 flat for having a core. But they already hate our guts. They want your and your subjects' provinces minus 200 because, yeah. But they can't attack us right away because we are technically their subjects at the moment. So the only thing that I've done, it's 1144, sorry, 11 of November, 1444. All I did is load the game up and then click make ruler into general. And I ended up with a 1331, so I saved it because that's a pretty good roll. Beyond that, I haven't done anything else. Ottomans have 9,999 cultures. Yes, we do too. That's because in Beyond Typus, there is no promote culture limit. It's just a lot more expensive to promote culture. The cost, I believe, is like 1 or 200 diplo points base. I'm not exactly sure why that's the case, but that's just a thing. There's no promoted culture limit. We have the ruler, Basilius Autocrator Iones VIII Palaiologos. Palaiologos. He is tolerant, silver tongue, age 51, 242. We have a Basilius Constantinos Palaiologos. Palaiologos. He is well connected. Age 39, 344. Slightly better stat line. Have a core is flat modifier, but desires provinces scales usually goes hand in hand. Right, but if we had more core on them and they owned the land, it wouldn't affect their opinion of us because they own the land. It would affect our opinion of them, which doesn't matter. Most of the time, the player's opinion of the AI is sort of irrelevant. Except for certain circumstances like knowledge sharing and stuff like that. But anyway, what were we doing? We have some missions, and unlike vanilla, I'm going to pay attention to these missions because this is a massive overhauled special mission tree just for Byzantium. And I believe, I want to say there are something like 89 or 200 or something ridiculous missions total for Byzantium. So that's a thing. Land owned by the crown at least 80%. Well, that's going to take a while. Let's start at the top, eh? So, we need to gather alliances. One of the following must be true. Allied to Poland, Austria, Hungary, or have 3 allies. And then we will get Light in the Darkness for 25 years, giving monthly war exhaustion 0.03 and 100 diplo points. We also need to refill the Imperial Treasury. Our coffers have been empty for so long, our empire even has had issues funding a proper army. True. Gain a skill 3 treasurer of Greek heritage. You will be half price. Also gain a master of mint, half price. And turn the tides. One of the following must be true. Be at war with the Ottomans, or the Ottomans have been kicked out of Greece. Interesting. We currently reside on the edge of the abyss, with the Turkish plotting to take over our city as we speak. This is our last stand. If we don't beat them back here, all is lost. How are we going to do that? Well, I've had a little bit of practice with the opening moves, and I have a plan. Do your subject have mission trees? Just curious. The Athens mission tree is this. Like they do have a couple tag specific missions. Not many. And Lesbos is a generic nation. Yes, that's right. We have the nation of Lesbos. The lesbians. That is the proper adjective for their country. The lesbians are with us. First thing we're going to do is scootage them. Because we don't want no... we don't want them on the front lines with us. Not for any political reasons, but because they are a liability. Not for any political reason, but we don't want them on the front lines with us. Because they own 2 provinces. This province of Inos and this province of Lesbos. And you'll see why soon. Having them scootaged is awesome. That's a generic Crusader tree? Okay. Crusader fleet, sway the Pope, maritime allies. That's just a generic thing for them? Okay. There is a tag right here that we're going to hopefully vassalize Lovich, and they have a unique mission tree. They're essentially a potentially turbocharged Bulgaria, I believe. So, quickly, I want to run you down through these buttons, which you have never seen before if you've not played this mod. This is part of Beyond Typus, so they're kind of like policies. For a monarch point a month, you can turn on a click whenever you want, except for this one, which costs 3 monarch points a month. So if you want another missionary, you can just do that. Bam, I now have 2 missionaries. If I don't want that missionary, I can just turn him off. And in 1 month, he will go away. If I want to increase institution spread by 50% for 1 admin point a month, I can. If I want to increase monthly reform progress by 25%, I can. If I want an extra colonist, I can, but only if I already have a colonist. If I want an extra diplomat for 1 dipl point, I can. If I want an extra merchant for a dipl point, I can. If I want to slowly generate absolutism in the 3rd era, I can. If I want to gain 0.5 yearly professionalism per year for 1 military point per month, I can. This is a very good click, because to get 1 professionalism costs 50 points, right? So if you run this for a year, you're getting 0.5 professionalism for 12 military points, which is that exchange rate versus 1 professionalism for 50. So it's 2.08 times better than generating professionalism via drill. It's a very good click when you have spare military points. And then if you want to gain innovativeness, you can get 0.25 innovativeness per year for a military point, which this one I'm not certain on. If you do the math, when it's on, if you're not ahead of time in any tech, you gain 0.02 per month. So 1 divided by 0.02 takes 50 months. Would you spend 50 military points for 1 innovativeness? Maybe. Depends. I would rather have military tech if I'm not ahead of time on it, but it might be worth running. We'll see. You turn on multiple of them in from 1 branch at a time. You can do this. You can turn on everything you want. Or nothing. There's no cooldown, there's no cost aside from the monthly drainage rate. So in that regard, there is a little bit of exploitative stuff you can do, like turn on an extra diplomat, do a diplomatic interaction like peace deal, declare war, whatever, turn it off, and then as long as it's off at the end of the month, you don't actually pay the dipl point for it. That is a known feature, and as far as Herbivore, the guy who added a lot of these buttons, is concerned, he doesn't care. Because the AI in vanilla EU4 has an extra diplomat for non-sustained diplomatic actions of their own. Did you know that the AI always has an extra diplomat over the player? They just have an extra. They're not allowed to use it for things like improved relations or espionage. They're only allowed to use it for things like sending a peace offer, or sending a royal marriage, or sending a war declaration. So if the AI has it, he doesn't care, it's fine. The diplomat's a little bit broken. I agree, I use it a lot. I do it a lot. The merchant, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, we have 1 merchant, it's in Crimea. We're gonna want to think out loud and do the right clicks. We gotta do it right. Can't die. We're not allowed to die. No dying allowed. No 1444. So we do have 1 cav, which is super expensive. 0.55 gold a month when we only make 5.06 gold a month. That's kind of a lot. Portable High Ground, thank you for your sub. Retro Breaker for your 9th month sub as well. Honestly, I'm tempted to just delete the cav, because if we win our first war with the Ottomans, it's not going to be based on battles. It's going to be based on cheese. Only drawback to deleting the cav is that it makes us weaker militarily temporarily, which might affect our ability to secure an alliance. So we probably want to just start off by going down to low maintenance. And we're going to want to move this army to here. Notably, we do have military access through the Ottomans because we are their subject. We got that going for us, which is nice. We will hunt pirates in here just in case we'll try to do silly things. The Knights are a Catholic monastic order, but they have the ability to raid coasts. They could raid our coasts. I don't know that they will. 1444 to make sure we get a 1337 run. Well, we already have a 1331 ruler as a general, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so other stuff that we got going. We've got Constantinople World Port, yay. We have Foreign Fleet. Since the neglect of the navy by the Angeloi prior to the Fourth Crusade, the Byzantines have yet to manage a domestic fleet of their own. As a result of this, the Byzantines have been forced to rely on Genoese and Venetian seamen for their adventures, whose loyalties lie only in their greed. National sailors -50, ship durability -10, ship disengagement -5. Ooh. Hyperinflation. Since the fall of Constantinople in the Fourth Crusade, the Byzantine economy has had major issues. No small part due to the destruction and plunder by the Crusaders, but also because of the lack of state income after the reconquest of the city. Since the Genoese and Italians were siphoning off the Byzantine trade, there was little for the emperors to generate revenue, and with an increased reliance on foreign military and navy, the Byzantine government lay heavily in debt that it was unable to pay off. Combined with the bullion famine in Europe, not a single hyperpyron, the Byzantine gold coin, was minted during the reign of the Palaiologan dynasty. Dang, we can't even make money. We also have a lack of levies. Due to the loss of the Anatolian and Greek heartlands, the Byzantines have not been able to field a proper army in a long time, the largest during the Palaiologan dynasty, a mere 5,000 men. This resulted in a large dependence on foreign mercenaries. We also have the Council of Florence. The Council of Florence cited that the Byzantine Empire and its inhabitants shall bow to the papal authority in Rome, thereby unifying the two churches under papal primacy. While never fully ratified, the decision made the Basilius Autocrator to accept it still linger. Made by the Basilius. So we have yearly papal patriarch authority -1, and the clericalia, the church has -10% loyalty equilibrium. We also have Latin merchants. As the empire continued to lose land after the reconquest of Constantinople, the empire made itself dependent on the wealthy Latin merchant republics to survive. With the ever-waning power of the emperor, Latin merchants have taken control over the once state-regulated trade in Constantinople. And finally, we have one thing that's not red. It's the no national focus. So by not having a focus specified, we get these things. Advisor costs -10, possible advisors +1, all of our states have 5% bonus loyalty equilibrium, and the cooldown to change our national focus is reduced by 5 years, from, I believe, 25 years base to just 20. There are bonuses to switch to each of these focuses. There's one for admin, one for dip, one for mill. We'll talk about those when we do them. We might switch to Diplo focus very, very soon. But it's quite tempting to stay on no focus because that loyalty equilibrium +5 might be essential to help out with this slight issue. Our nobles, known as the Dynatoi, represents the families of landed aristocrats in our country. Their privileges are guaranteed by old traditions, and most have originally been won through performing great services to the state. We have words I cannot pronounce. Cantacuzanoi latifundia. This gives them 6% loyalty equilibrium, 13% influence, and makes them exempt from all seas land interaction. If we revoke this privilege, we get lots and lots and lots and lots of rebels. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this one. Basically, all of these stinking nobles are mad and have a lot of control of our country or something. Yeah. They also already have 53.392% control of the country. And remember, all of these make them exempt from seized land. So until you revoke every single one, you can't just seize their land. Also, because of development points, you can't just develop their crownland away either, because we don't generate very many development points. Fun. Neat. You have a plan to survive? I do. I do have a plan to survive, yes. It involves cheese. Bum, 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 bum. So, on the positive side, we've got Lesbos and Athens. We are part of the Catholic religious group, which means we have access to royal marriages, which means we can marry Catholics. We are Orthodox. We have 15% patriarch authority. And we are losing patriarch authority every year, despite the Hagia Sophia, because of the Council of Florence. So we're probably going to want to turn one of these things on right away. But even though the snap decision is, I need military power, I should turn on the icon of St. Michael. I don't think we turn that one on, because our manpower recovery is at the floor. The discipline sounds nice, but if we win our first war with the Ottomans, it's not going to be because we beat them on the ground. It's going to be because we beat them with boats or allies. So, do we have the special Byzantine subjects? We don't have access to it yet. We have, these are just regular vassals. We don't have access to, they're called prawnoirs, or prawns, I don't know, from that one movie. But we will have access to prawnoirs, which are essentially islets at some point. I don't know when. We have Athens, we have Lesbos. We've already scootaged Lesbos, and I just want to show why we're scootaging Lesbos. So, remember, this is Beyond Typus. Look at all the provinces. If Lesbos is scootaged and we're at war with the Ottomans, that means that this province here and this province here are not going to be part of the war. And look what they both border. That's interesting, isn't it? The Gallipoli province and the L.E. Soltini. Did I turn on cultural province names or something? I feel like these names are possible to pronounce. Just real quick, I'm going to reload and we're going to check to see if that's on by some freak chance. Or maybe it renamed them with the Byzantine mod, the overhaul mod. You make them marches for now then. If we make Lesbos into a march, then they will get occupied and then we will lose our tactical advantage over the sea. I think we might make Athens into a march. Ander 2, thank you for Twitch Prime. Delaw 19, thank you for your sub. Check the Ottoman army size at game start, sure. The plan to survive is to just don't die. I agree with this plan. First thing we want to do is get 3 allies or secure an alliance to Poland, Hungary, or Austria/Styria. Or possibly the Mamluks. There's also some really interesting stuff going on with Cyprus. There's, Cyprus is more than just one island, more than one province. There's, a fort in the very center of Cyprus, and it's a hill. And it's not coastal, which is interesting. And Genoa has one side, Venice has one side. It's a whole thing. Okay, did I somehow turn on cultural province name? Use dynamic province names? No. Okay, well, I have no idea why all the words are so hard to pronounce, but... You merc stacked and killed those 2 stacks really early on. That is bold, sir. I'm not going to go for direct I'm not going to go for like a direct contest with the Ottomans. I'm going to do cheese. I'm going to do boats. Boat things. Here's what I was showing you. Cyprus. Little hill fort. Venice on this side. Genoa on this side. Kind of interesting. Alright, see who we can ally. We can ally one country, Wallachia. We can ally Lovick at -9 reasons. Royal marriages, we can do -8 with Lovick. Notably, there are... Interesting. Normally... Dang. There's no Diplo Rep advisor. Boo. Looks like we might need to focus Diplo Rep right away. Focus Diplo points. The bonus for being Diplo focused is +2 Diplo Rep, +15% improved relations, -20% Diplo advisor cost. So you kind of like... You cannibalize some of the all advisor costs in order to get a discount in one category. But most importantly, that 2 Diplo Rep is a big deal. 2 Diplo Rep is huge. It is. It's very huge. We have a half-price level 1 stability cost guy. We'll take them. And no half-price guys here. Okay, so we want to go as limited on our estate clicks as possible because I need to keep the loyalty of the nobles as high as possible. Right now, their equilibrium is 75.8, so they do trend basically to their influence. Eventually, we gotta revoke some of this stuff. We can't just let them have it forever. I don't even think we summon the Diet, because if we summon the Diet, they gain 5 flat influence without gaining the loyalty equilibrium, which pushes the threshold to start revoking these privileges out of range. It feels weird to not do a privilege right at the start. But what we're definitely going to turn on right at the start is establish the decision, draft ships for war. I want ships. But to do it, we need to get their influence above 40. We'll do that too. Mm-hmm. Bum. We're going to turn on that. We're going to turn on private trade fleets. And then we're going to draft ships for war in the province of Sozopolis, which is apparently here. Need to keep that in mind. 2 heavies in half the time. So in vanilla, it takes 2 years to build heavy, 1 year to build a light galley or cog. In Byzantium, in Beyond Typus, it takes 3 years to build heavy, 2 years to build a heavy, a light, a galley, or a cog. So we're going to spend the next 500 days building a heavy out of this province, and that's going to be when I want to kill them. We're also going to immediately revoke that privilege. I don't think we need stability for any reason, so we'll turn on the advisor cost discount in the Diplo category. We're going to turn on religious diplomats. We could get a little bit more patriarch authority, but it's just going to bleed away, so I don't feel like there's any reason for that. Shame there's no Diplo rep advisor, though. Do we take the alliance to Wallachia? The Ottomans have a truce with them, I believe, so they're a safe ally for now. It's fine with me. We'll do that one. And then we can do royal marriage to Trebizond as possible. Trebizond starts with Theodoro as a vassal, rather than them being independent, which is kind of interesting. And there's also Kartli over here, who's got like this little swarm of derps, 3 vassals of his own. Yes, the clergy has Diplo rep, which we just turned on. So we are at 2 Diplo rep. We can go up to 4 if I focus Diplo. So if we get an opportunity to secure an alliance to like Poland or something, then I would do that. I think I am willing to just immediately make Athens into a march. They're a little tiny bit too big to get the actual march bonuses. But by making them a march, we increase the amount of force limit we get from them, which will make us look stronger, which might influence like Poland or Hungary toward wanting to ally us. Let's have a merchant go to here. We're also going to run the extra merchant for a month. And then as far as mercs go, I think we will want to hire the free company pretty much right away. Hopefully we have some good merc advisor, merc generals. 2-3, 2-3, 0-4, 5-2. It's a 4-4. Wow. That dude's pretty good. Yeah, that's a really good general. Les Auxiliaries. Alright, new merchant can go to here. Select trade. Yeah, I think we just make Athens into a march. Royal marriage to our subject. We'll divert trade from both subjects. We're going to turn off these alerts because I don't want to do them. Crownland is something we got to pay a lot of attention to. This has gone through some changes in the recent betas. Notice how normally in vanilla, the monthly autonomy change 0.1 wouldn't be affecting us until we were below 20%. Apparently, it's already affecting us at 25% crown, which is kind of not nice. I have to imagine it's going to be 0.2 per month, below 20%. Boo. Bum, 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 bum. Do, do, do. Almost tempting to turn on the control over monetary policy, yearly inflation reduction 0.15, because it pretty much offsets that one penalty, hyperinflation. But 5% all power cost seems kind of bad too. The Ottomans only have 15k troops. They have 25 force limit and, yes, 15k troops at the moment. But they're going to do a bunch of missions right at the start here that might cause them to be a bit spookier. Valid rivals are Serbia, Aragon, Karaman, Moldavia, Genoa, the Papal States, Crimea, Ifriqiya, which is Tunis, and Venice. Notably not the Ottomans. We can set our attitude toward them to threatened. Hopefully that'll affect the logic of some of the other AI. I think we're going to want to hire the Improved Relations Advisor. And as far as the religious bonus goes, I think that the entire focus for right now should be just getting allies, which is probably best using Icon of St. Nicholas. AE impact doesn't do anything, but another 25% improved relations goes a long way toward getting their opinion high enough that they can flip friendly quickly. We basically have about 1 year at most until we're dead. So I think we will focus dip, which immediately gives us the diplomatic power focus bonus, giving us these things. We'll hire the improved relations guy. Land force limit guy, I don't think is going to give us increased land force limit, is he? 4 plus 1.6 plus 0.7 plus 4.91 times 1.1. It would take us to 12 force limit. Might make a difference, but I can't turn on the discount to advisors, and we're already losing money, so I think we just don't do that. Look at the monarch point generation is so bad. It's very noticeable only having base 2 monarch point generation instead of base 3. That paired with national focus, like, ugh, so few points. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Dare I ask why Ottoman troops are blue? We are currently a tributary underneath the Ottomans. In about a month, we're gonna have a tribute pop-up, tribute request, and then they're probably gonna break it soon. I'm gonna wait until our merchants are present in Belgrade before doing anything with the diplomats. I'm gonna change this over to established communities. We're gonna improve with Hungary. And that means we're getting 5.39, which rounds up to 6. And I think I'm just going to pull the trigger on this. We're going to do Icon of St. Nicholas. I should have done that first, because we potentially could have gotten an extra opinion out of that, but I don't believe that this is applying to Poland here. Oh, it is. Great. So we can get how much? Yeah, so see, now we get 6.18, which rounds up to 7. 1 month, 7 opinion. Nice. Also going to improve with Albania, because we might want to get involved in their war if Ottomans attack him. I don't believe the Ottomans have a truce with Albania right at the start. We might choose him first. Anyone else want to ally us now that we have the extra diplo rep? We could ally Trebizond. We will ally Lovich. Here, our third ally will ally Trebizond. That turns in our first mission. We get monthly war exhaustion 0.03, which we don't need yet. We don't have to turn this in. Technically, the longer I delay it, the better. So I guess, nah, I'll just turn it. I don't want to think about it. Too much to think about. Because Skanderbeg is a 5-5, yeah. Although that mercenary company, the 4-4, is pretty impressive. That 2-6 is impressive as well. I wonder if we are meant to go down to, like, no crownland here in order to have some extra money. We have a little bit of autonomy in our country. Let's briefly talk about the autonomy overhaul aspect of Beyond Typus. This is new. It's experimental. It's, I don't think, part of the version that's on Steam. But basically, the way that Herbivore is changing autonomy and government capacity is he wants 80% of your governing capacity to be your effective development. If we have 210 governing capacity cap, we're supposed to have up to 168 development. If we go beyond that, then our average autonomy in the country will start to come up. Notice how right now the estimated change is 0.322. That's because we're less than 80% of our governing cap. So we should have zero autonomy in every province in our country because we're efficient, we're small. The intent is something similar to the Muin taxes, M&T system. You guys remember the autonomy and runners? Look at the autonomy map mode for the Ottomans. They've got low autonomy in their core lands, in their like primary culture, primary religion, but everything else is kind of a little bit higher. And as you get further and further away from your core holdings, core culture, autonomy goes up. It makes admin ideas even better. Kind of. Everything that changes governing capacity has been slightly changed. So what you remember from administrative ideas is not going to be quite the same. It doesn't give governing capacity plus what, 25, I think, base. It only gives 10%, which is still good. There's also special privileges we're going to want to turn on for each estate. Land rights is different. No longer does it just give a flat governing capacity plus like 100 or 200. Now it gives only governing capacity plus 10, but it gives the governing capacity modifier plus 50. Also, are we getting the subject penalty? We're not. Gonna be a thing in EU5. Oh, cool. All right, so I don't think we want to be paying for a merchant constantly, but we kind of need 2 merchants if we want to be able to collect out of both nodes. I guess 1 Diplo point a month for that. If I don't pay for this merchant, then I lose out on essentially like 0.95 gold. I don't think that 1 Diplo point is worth 0.95 gold, not in the position that we're in. Practically affords us another advisor anyway. So anyway, let's have these guys head over to this island. What we're looking for is royal marriage to Austria, Poland, or Hungary. We're at negative 20 reasons with Austria, negative 7 with Hungary. You can see why I was a little upset that we didn't have a Diplo rep advisor at the start. Each point of Diplo rep is giving us 5 reasons. So we would already be at like negative 2 for a royal marriage to Hungary if we could get a Diplo rep advisor. But we might end up... Hey, there he is. He's pretty expensive, but we might switch to him. Potentially. If it lets us secure the alliance quickly. So, we're improving with these people. Let's also improve with Cyprus. And we'll go to like the 10th. The Greek Orthodox philosopher Gregorios Gemistos Plethon. Yearly prestige +1, half price level 2 admin advisor. I think I prefer the half price level 1 guy, thank you. But congratulations on existence. You are a thing. Poland has chosen to take the Union over Lithuania, which is good for us. I don't want a permanent relationship with Wallachia. And I do want a permanent relationship with Lovick. But I want the relationship to... I want the royal marriage to update when my ruler dies, because my ruler's older than their ruler. If we accept this royal marriage, it'll stay in place until he dies. If I send the request, it'll reset when we die. Come back from some of the people that don't matter, like these... Ah, shit, I just pressed C and accepted it from their perspective. Okay, well, whatever. It is a permanent relationship either way. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We need to get some more boats started. So... I need money. We have to take money, either loans from the burghers. Problem is that this wants us to have no loans. But I'm really leery about going super low on crownland. It's also, man, 25% crownland already affects monthly reform progress. That's disgusting, Harb. We have Byzantine autocracy. Pretender rebels whenever a new ruler ascends the throne. Fun. I thought Byzantium was supposed to be OP, man. Byzantium's not feeling so OP at the moment. Corruption time? We could do a little bit of corruption. Corruption does raise loyalty equilibrium for the estates, also gives national unrest, reduction. Is there a chance we're actually going to be able to revoke one of these privileges before a war with the Ottomans? I don't think so. You have to be at peace for this. I would really like to open up one of these 6 slots just so that we could turn on like strong duchies or something. Let's get a round of galleys going though. We really desperately need to have naval superiority over the Ottomans. What else can we do with the clergy? Turn on religious culture. That does cost crownland, but any estate bonuses that I can turn on that make it so that the so the nobles are immune to seize land, but if we make it so that the burghers and the clergy are immune to crown share from development, then every dev click we do will take away from the nobles directly. So for sure we want development of temples. And then there's city expansion privileges. It does increase state maintenance for every province that has a center of trade or estuary, but yeah, I think we want to do that. We also want to run trade power in the capital state. You need a lot of crown land. We're gonna... Is exploit dev the same or turn? That has undergone some changes recently. It's not as good. Because they cut the value of base tax in half, I actually made like not like a bug report, but I explained to him how like you cut the value of base tax in half, but then you also cut the effective exploit dev in half, which means you've made it about a quarter as strong as it should be. So if this were vanilla EU4, the math would just be 10 times 5, 50 years break even. If you had, 100% tax income efficiency, 10 base tax over 50 years is going to make 500 ducats. And then the click in vanilla would be 5 years of 10 base tax income. 10 times 100% times 5 years. You get 50 gold now. Right? And then you would only have 9 base tax for those 50 years. Plus the 50 you got right now. That's the break even. Right? That's vanilla math. You try doing that with this. I don't really know what's going on. It's not quite right. Like, and I think it's because 10 base tax with a yearly tax income of 0.5 is only 5 gold a year. And then they're only giving us 2.5 years? We're only getting 2.5 years of income instead of 5 years. I think that it needs to be bumped back up to 5 years of income. But I think the other thing is that they made it so you can do the click more often. In vanilla, I think you can only exploit development like once every 10 years or 20 years or something. And Byzantium and Beyond Typus, I think you can do it twice as often. I don't know. It doesn't feel good, is the issue. I feel like I have to do something, though. We need money. Let's just do a single corruption. 59 gold from corruption, and then we can get another few galleys going. Because the thing is that the Ottomans don't have very many ships. The Ottomans have 3 galleys, no heavies. In 500 days, we're going to have 1 heavy. We already have 2 galleys to match their 3. So if I just build like 5 or 6 galleys, we're going to have naval superiority. And that's how we're going to win the first war. We're going to queue up another boat there. Queue up another boat over here. I just want to go straight to 10 galleys. Just raid coasts. We're not able to raid coasts. I think we want to keep this cav until we've got our allies secured. Losing 1.87 monies per month due to root out corruption. Lower this down and try to make this lower. We'll take a backup save because I don't want to have 1444 too often. What about an OnlyFans? England is preparing to attack Kildare. Alright. So, we could pick up more allies. We're at 5 out of 6 relations. Even if they're just temporary, getting an ally over here is not unreasonable. Montenegro has only 2 troops, but they're a hill fort. We'll just ally them temporarily to inflate our strength. We want the Ottomans to go after either Bafra or Jandar or Dulkadir, somebody like that. Late ping is late. Sorry for that. We also have the ability to make light ships at a fairly discounted price. I could sell some ships to our subjects in order to access their treasury. But having any number of fewer ships feels risky. How much smaller does he need to be? He needs to have less than 30 dev. If we seize development from Athens, I think he's actually small enough that he gets the bonuses. 9 Liberty Desire. Could do it. This is a big button in Beyond Typus. Expand infrastructure does not increase governing cost, unlike vanilla. It massively increases the amount of local development points you generate. It gives increased construction construction speed, more taxes, more trade, more production, more manpower. Does raise state maintenance, makes ships and troops get hired faster, increases defensiveness, increases ship repair, etc., etc. Gives more manufactory slots, makes great projects cheaper. You're going to want to do it almost everywhere you can. It's an actual mana sink, yes, because you can't just spend Monarch points on development. Development comes from development points in Beyond Typus, not from Monarch points. Although Monarch points can be spent to increase development point generation. You'll see. You'll see as we play along. Alright, anyone else? We can support the heir in Poland. Royal marriage to Poland. How close? Negative 61 now. Great. Negative 7 with Hungary. Alright, we'll go one more day. We will support heir in Poland. Just see what we ended up with. It is a 2-4-3. Neat. Good to know. Improve with Styria. Let's improve with actually our own subject for this monthly tick. To keep them loyal while I'm diverting trade and stuff. Turn off that alert because we're not going to be able to hire that guy. Go to the dog. Thank you for your sub. It's possible that if I just hire the mercenary company, the free company right now, we might be able to secure an alliance by having more troop count. But if I had to hire a single merc company, I'd really like this one. Perhaps I'm going overkill on galleys. What if we just hope that, like, double his galley count plus a heavy is enough? I already have 2. What if instead of building 6, we only built, like, 3 or 4? The 2-6 with 2 siege is better? So, in vanilla, I would say probably, but look at these numbers. Fire value for infantry and for cavalry is not what you remember. It's difficult to say if a 4-4 is better than a 2-6. The extra siege pip definitely pushes it probably to the 2-6 though. But that being said, like, look at the price. I can get 4 troops for 0.33 money. Hey, 0.08 per infantry at full maintenance versus paying 0.22. I think we just have to hire the free company and try to leverage that into an alliance for now. And if we have a little bit more money, I might actually hire the land force summit advisor. Try to get our land force summit to 12. Yeah, they do twice as much in shock phase. That's fair, but fire comes before shock. 3 days of combat's not a lot, but it's still significant. We shall see. We're just gonna hope that the Ottomans attack somebody else first. So, the Ottomans demand tribute. They want money. We say no. It's our money, and we want it now. Hungary is at -5 reasons. So if we hire the Diplo Rep guy, who would cost 38 gold up front, we can almost do it. Royal Marriage to Hungary. Royal Marriage to Trebizond, we're going to hold off on any other permanent relationships. Come back from Lesbos. Let's improve. Let's do a Royal Marriage to our subject. Could just pull the trigger, I think, right now. I think, you know, the Hungarians are almost close enough that I think maybe we don't even hire the Diplo Rep guy, and we just wait on the improved relations. Because I made the decision to turn on the icon of St. Nicholas, and we're just good at improving relations. We've got plus 80% improved relations speed. I think we're safe to just chill and do it that way. I wonder if there's an opportunity for a show strength or something. Karaman, Moldavia. Moldavia is allied to Muscovy. That's going to be a no. Serbia is allied to Bosnia Ragusa. Genoa is an interesting situation because we can't attack them, right? We're not allowed to attack Genoa because the Emperor will defend them, right? 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 But what if I fabricate a claim on their subject, Gazaria, and we attack Gazaria? Interesting how the Emperor won't defend them. Weird, huh? That is an option. Yes, we're marrying lesbians, and it's going to help us have babies. Don't ask for questions. The military tech modifier changed in BT. A lot is changed, yes. So we start off with 1 tactics instead of 0.5 on Tech 3. Morale is different. You still have the Tech... Tech 4 does not give morale. Tech 4 does give tactics, but it's only 0.2. In general, max morale is a little bit lower at the start of the game with Tech 3. So like, if we were at full maintenance, our max morale is only 2.03 right now. I think we're going to actually go down all the way to no maintenance. And let's pull the mercs over to here as well. I really like the idea of getting Cyprus as an early ally because they allow for some hit and run type stuff on this this coastline. We're going to want to keep improving with Cyprus. And we're going to want to probably have military access stuff pre-established with them. The Ottomans could go after Lovick. They don't have a truce with him, so that's a bit of a concern. We'll see. We might just be dead. It's possible. I personally don't own anything adjacent to Karaman, so we can't fabricate on him. The only people we can fabricate on are Gazaria, Jandar. Could fabricate on the Knights. Probably worthwhile to set vital interest on the Knights' capital, the Genoese provinces, the Venetians' provinces. Oh, we already have a core on that. Oh, that's my ally. That's my subject. That's the province I wanted. So these are Venetian, really weird Venetian little forts. Argolis, Oroni, Naupactos. They're like these little emplacements that are directly in our land that are interesting. There's also Epirus here, who's allied to Albania. We could be hostile toward him, force vassalize him, conquest him. Somewhere early in the mission tree, we get Epirus cores. It's like right here. No Latins in Greece. Highlighted province need to be owned by us or non-tributary subjects, and then we get Latin expulsion. Gain Arvanite as accepted culture. That's not where we get cores. Byzantium gains cores on the provinces required for the mission, no Latins in Greece. Yeah, okay, so turning on deny Ottoman access will give us core on Epirus. If I threaten Epirus too quickly, a lot of times the Ottomans will guarantee them. So I kind of lean toward just play nice and focus on improved relations, because that's what we're good at. Do the Knights have a ticking Byzantine rebellion like in vanilla? If they do, they're probably less susceptible to it than in vanilla because they have 2 provinces. They don't have 1. You got Petronium and Rhodes. They can train up a secondary army in Petronium. That also means they can't join the Trade League. Montenegro wants to do royal marriage. Nope. Really, we're just in a holding pattern right now, waiting for our, I'm gonna multiply all of the forts. We're waiting for our heavy and the galleys. And eventually I do want to get rid of this corruption before we take any tech. In fact, let's just root it out aggressively. Although, no, I kind of need money to be able to hire that advisor, if necessary. -0 reasons for royal marriage to Hungary. So we're going to swap out probably Montenegro for Hungary. Wasted a diplo point, 1444. Ah! I can't believe you've done this. Hungary have too many diplomatic relations, -50. He was just there. He was willing to do it. You piece of crap. What happened? 1444. We're dead. Fine, we'll just get Poland. Poland has too many diplomatic too many diplomatic relations. It's fine, we'll just get Syria. He's -12. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, let's just re-ally this guy then. The Palaiolayan Renaissance. Montenegro has decided he doesn't want to do it anymore. Okay. Well, we can ally Hum. Hum is likely to get murdered by Hungary, though. Maybe we do royal marriage to somebody else. Trebizond is probably not someone we're going to break our relationship to. Not for a while. We can do royal marriage here. That affects legitimacy. Okay, so during the reign of our dynasty, the Byzantines began rediscovering classical art and literature from the remnants of ancient Greece and Rome. Spend 141 monies to get dev cost minus 10%, tech cost minus 10, idea cost minus 10, institution spread plus 10% until 1495, 50 years. And if you do this, then when the Renaissance spawns, you instantly get an event that instantly gives you 100% Renaissance progress in your capital, which allows you to potentially instantly take the tech, take the institution, getting another tech cost minus 5, which allows you to potentially take Miltech ahead of the Ottomans. That's kind of the intent. Or just lose legitimacy. Over the course of 50 years, we're guaranteed to take like 4 techs. So even if you just consider the tech cost alone, 4 techs times 600 points times 10% times 3 groups, you're looking at saving about 720 monarch points just in tech cost alone. 141 coins. It's a pretty good click. Probably worth sale of titles. Or corruption. Double debase. It's so weird playing Beyond Typus and feeling like I can't use sell crownland. These penalties for being low on crownland are very, very high. Speaking of crownland, also, we could be using a edict over here to lower autonomy a little bit quicker. This got buffed from vanilla, from 0.03 to 0.05. But it's already coming down pretty quick. I think we have to sell. We have to sell once. And then I think I'm going to have to seize. This is also worth mentioning in case you missed it in a previous stream. The seize land interaction does instantly take loyalty -20, but notice it also lowers all estate loyalty equilibrium by 20% for 5 years. So the clergy will have an equilibrium of 27%. These guys will go down to 50. These guys will go down to 28. Pain in the ass. Now we can actually see the effects for being below 20% though. As expected, it's just double. I think we got to seize.
Just the rebels, sir.
And I caused rebels.
They're here.
Fine. Ba-ba-bum. Tributary relationship is broken. Ottomans could attack us. That is a thing to be aware of. And I'm a bit concerned because we don't actually have a bigger ally. Hungary, could you, like, break one of your random relationships that don't matter? Or Styria, could you decide to be my friend? We're, like, 6 reasons away if I can just get, Didn't we have 6 relations a moment ago? We did. We definitely did. Where'd my extra relationship go? We definitely did, right? Definitely? Definitely? Pretty sure. Pretty sure. I definitely did, because I was allied to Montenegro. And I wasn't over the limit. Something changed and I lost a relationship slot. Not sure what. You take burger loans. We could take burger loans, yeah. In fact, we probably have to in order to keep the equilibrium above 30. Maybe the crownland. Interesting. There's nothing in here that says crownland would affect relationships. But we're at 20. Here, let's see if it shows up in this. It should be under what? Diplomatic relations.
It's over 9,000!
Feudalism, government rank, base value. I don't think anything's changed there. I don't know. I'm not sure what's changed. Yeah, let's take loans on the burgers. Fine. Also, prestige would be nice. And honestly, if these guys are already getting kind of close to 60, I'm sort of tempted to do a diet. Harpoon George, thank you for your 57th month. Save and reload to see why. Good idea. Let's go back to the January or the November start and see why we had 6. Do they not get a truce? They do not, no. Depends on how the relationship changes. If they use the break relationship, I believe they do get a 5-year truce, but the game starts you off as a tributary and they have 0 trust with you. So it breaks due to trust automatically. Liberty Desire. Interesting. So being their subject, that's where it was coming from. Apparently, when you have high liberty desire as a subject, you gain a relationship slot. And then when they break the tributary relationship, you lose that slot. Huh. Weird. Well, we're going to treat the relationship limit like a limit. No, it's definitely based on the liberty desire that we had toward him. It's not based on the liberty desire of our subjects. I remember because I've messed around a bunch as like Ancana, trying to get support independence from underneath the Pope. And I remember relationship slots fluctuating, but I didn't realize that the tributary relationship counted too. So, let's check to see if Rivals has given us an option for anything. I don't think I'm even going to bother setting Rivals. We have 300 gold. Income needs to be at 25, so this one's not going to get turned in for a long time either way. Need to be at war or kick them out. Okay. -10 reasons for an alliance to Styria. We're still improving with him. We're still improving with Poland. We're still improving with Hungary. Still improving with Cyprus. The Wallachian alliance is temporary until the Wallachian truce with the Ottomans is over, probably. We also still want to be improving with the Mamluks. Royal marriage from Trebizond, we'll say no to. Just waiting on these ships for an opportunity. Could we also consider building any buildings, or... I wonder if it makes sense to lower autonomy. Yes, autonomy is coming down. Yes, we're at peace. But what if we just took it to 0 right now? Only major drawback would be that we would have unrest in every province, and unrest increases autonomy, while also causing it to take longer to build troops and boats. And we want to be able to build boats out of every province as quickly as we can. I think what we actually want to do is just queue up a huge wave of boats. Like, up to the naval force limit in light ships. Or at least until we have no sailors. We'll mothball these ships. Influenza. Don't care. Ottomans have declared war upon Bafra. Perfect. Since we know that the Ottomans will never declare 2 simultaneous offensive wars at the same time, we're perfectly safe at the moment. Means we can do stuff. Option A, rent condottieri to Bafra and harass the Ottomans. Option B, continue to focus on trying to secure a proper alliance like Hungary or Poland. Option C, attack the Ottomans.
It's over 9,000!
-7 with Styria. That is getting very close. Kind of tempting, I think. I think I'm going to rent out the free company to Bafra.
9,000!
Also at war with Karaman. Interesting. I haven't rivaled Karaman yet. We could rival Karaman. Karaman brings in Ramazan. I'd love to get an early show strength to offset some of this really dismal monarch point generation in the military category. And also, I think with this treasury, we really should be affording a at least a level 1 military advisor, because 3 points a month is just pathetic. We'll take the land force limit guy, because that makes our number bigger, which will hopefully cause Styria to think we're strong and cool. I'm a cool kid. You want to marry me, right? You want to get in our bedroom. -5. If we hire the Diplo Rep guy, we are at -0 for royal marriage with the Emperor. That's pretty neat. Cyprus is ready if we want. True. Cyprus being ready lets us do some things. They have a province right here, and it allows us to get military access through Cyprus, plus fleet basing through Cyprus, and then just hop back and forth. and kind of interact with Karaman or Ramazan. Can't fabricate claims or anything over there, but it opens up opportunities. So I think if we were to attack somebody, I could see attacking Karaman. Let's try to rent out Kudetiri actually to Karaman. That way, if I want to retract the Kudetiri, I can do it by attacking him. And in the meantime, we're still just waiting for our boats, or still just waiting for an ally who will help us against Mr. Ottomans. -4 reasons with Styria. Really prefer still to not have to pay 40 gold to hire that advisor. Alright, Karaman, I am not rival to you. Would you like these troops? Only if they're free, you bastard. Quantity of troops, -20. Attitude towards enemies, -100. You're friendly? Oh, you're hostile toward me. Well, in that case, I don't think I'm gonna help you at all, idiot. So the thing is, Ramazan only has 2 troops. Karaman has 4k troops. Could we actually still just do a show strength on Karaman right now? Maybe. We're gonna ally Cyprus, go over the relationship limit. Just turn off the alert, and that way we don't have to think about it. We'll be fine. We're also not at our land force limit. I could train some regulars. We're not gaining manpower right now either. Or actually we could be. Let's train to force limit, and that should hopefully secure our alliance to somebody good. Pick the Merc Company with a Giga General. The Merc Company with the Giga General, the 2.6, is still available. 55 gold to hire, 2622. I think we're going to secure Styria within the next month or so. And that opens up a whole world of opportunity. So let's get military access from Cyprus. Get these guys off there so they can start reinforcing. Keep on improving with, I think that diplomat was working on Hungary. Every month I'm going to keep checking on you. You're at -2 now. Poland at -44. Hungary. Like, these could flip at any moment. If they flip friendly... Right now we got -20 due to neutral attitude. If they were at friendly, I believe that's an extra 20 on top of it. So losing the -20 from neutral, gaining the 20 from friendly, should actually flip them to be willing to accept. We're just waiting on friendly. We could theoretically secure 3 major alliances soon. Come back from 3 again. Even though it costs a little bit of cash, we're going to ask for fleet basing from Cyprus now, so the boats can dock up. And let's go ahead and rival Karaman. Also, it looks like there's more people in this list now. We're allowed to rival the Ottomans directly. Let's actually do that. Because they are rivaled by Hungary, and the Mamluks, and the Timurids. We can get enemy of enemy bonus. Boom. Moldavia, I think I should rival because they're probably going to stop being a valid rival soon. That just fills the slot temporarily. And why don't we just scornfully insult them for PP. Double check, see if Styria wants to do friendo things. -0 raisins, but the troops, they're almost here. Let's bring over another 4 troops to here. Also, admirals are only 25 military diplo points instead of 50 in Byzantium, Beyond Typus rather. I think that's worth paying for. Who shall swim? Somebody hopefully with some combat stuff, because we have major ship penalties to offset. That ship durability -10 is kind of a big deal. And below. Okay, well, 10% movement speed, I guess, is a thing. 5%, 10% trade power, sure, works. I mean, technically it's in the range of 2 to 7. Can't really complain. Put on the fort in the capital, just to have a little bit more garrison there. Stop mothballing these transports. That's another regular that was done, I think. Damn. What about now? What about now? What about now? One more troop? One more troop. That one, 92%. Styria. Bam. Royal marriage to Styria. Married to the Emperor. That is not yet enough for an alliance, but he should flip to friendly. Poland, -42. We're 2 relations over now. I think we're going to dump Wallachia. Yeah. There's a reason why we didn't royal marry them. They were just a roadblock to prevent the Ottomans from attacking us first. I'm not sure why these transports aren't actually moving my army over like I asked. Oh, did they bring the... They brought the... They brought the mercs back. Whoops. Hello, I'm friendly. Would you please accept this kind offer of alliance? You guys go to here. Campaign into Thessaly. Whoa. Pop-ups. Merchant defects. Mercantilism is tight. Institution spread plus 20% is sort of irrelevant because we paid for the thing. We'll take the improved mercantilism. Constantinos, gain 1 military point. Convert heir into a 3-3-4-1 general. Wow. Byzantium gets experience assaulting Thessaly. The Ottomans might mount a punitive expedition. Or don't do that and just gain the 1 military point on Constantinos. I think we don't want to spend 150 military points right now because I only have 110. And I don't really want him to be a general because he's got advisor cost -20. And a pretty good stat line. Also, Styria, have you decided to be friendly yet? No? Shall we reload the save? Try to trigger him to update? Could help. Did I rival Caraman though? I think so. Are the Ottomans actually losing ships to Caraman? You have a very good eye if you're noticing naval battles between the Ottomans and the Caraman. I will check. Yeah, 4 Caramanese ships are attacking 1 light Ottoman fleet ship thinger. We know we're over the limit. We know we're doing that. We're just gonna just disregard the fact that we're over the relationship limit. It's fine. Break the alliance to Wallachia. I'm gonna group these units all up onto our little island. Let's get rid of this. Bring these mercs over to here. Yeah, so we rivaled Karaman, we rivaled the Ottomans, and we rivaled Moldavia. Also establish our embargoes. I really don't want to get into a war until Styria flips friendly. I guess we're still just kind of waiting a little bit longer. Don't need to be at full maintenance, though. Don't need to be fully rooting out corruption. Don't need to be losing 2.5 gold a month. Thank you very much. Autocrator. Somebody's done a thing. Lovich is someone I also want to improve with. Cyprus we've already got dealt with. Let's, we're doing this. We've actually maxed relation improvement with Poland already. Let's manually set ourselves to friendly with him. Friendly with Hungary. Styria? At some point, you gotta decide to be allies, buddy. You gotta decide. The Hexa da-da-da-da. Reduce the independence of the church. Okay. Gain 5 patriarch authority and gain loyalty with the clergy, or lose patriarch authority but gain money. Well, we're already going down to 0 either way. And I do like money. They will trend back up, although they don't trend above 30 at the moment. Turn on one more privilege. Advisor costs, perhaps. Seems fine. The Hexamillion Wall. Corinth. Lots and lots of words. Historical accuracy. We can do something. Defensive wall constructed across the Isthmus of Corinth, guarding the only land route into the Penadadadadada. Do we care about defensiveness in Corinth or not? I think we do not. Because we made Athens into a march. If Athens falls, we're dead. We afford to lose that loyalty? These effects aren't great, but they don't really matter that much. And they will trend back to 30 pretty quick. 30 minus 26.34 divided by 0.19. In 1.6 years, they'll be back above 30. Also, look, we have a heavy. It happened. This heavy is very expensive. Costs 0.47 gold a month. A tenth of our country's income. But we have it. Bafra won't defend this guy, which is good. Ramazan would, but Ramazan has only 2 troops. A bit of a risk doing a separate war. Also, it blocks my ability to secure an alliance to Styria. I think we just go down to, like, no maintenance and chill here for a bit. How much does it cost having fleet basing? 0.2 gold. Too much gold. I care more about becoming independent than getting an early show strength, if I'm honest. Although, it's really, really appealing to snipe the occupation of the sieges. Because the Ottomans, they should have, yeah, they have the artillery from their mission tree. So using their artillery, having their artillery help us do our sieges for our show strength, is great. He's at war with just these two. So his army is moving now. Looks like it just finished this siege here. April of 46. Last month he took over the war goal. Now he's going to come down here. He's going to start knocking down Aksare and then Karaman. And then he's also got Alanya and... no, he doesn't have to do that. He's got 3 forts to knock down. That'll take him a while. But the alliance to Styria, man. It's too important. We gotta be able to do this the second that we get offered it. Too good. Max out relations with Styria. Suppose we start spying on the Ottomans. We have some siege ability on them. I'm gonna get a few more light ships queued up. I think we have... Oh, I was considering lowering autonomy. We actually have unrest due to the clergy and the burghers being mad. It's annoying. Perhaps I should do a single summon diet to get them back to 30 right away. We shall. You want me to conquer land from Venice. You want me to own that province, which is already my core. And you are the nobles. Doing anything we can to make the nobles happy is very good. Also, yearly prestige +1, manpower recovery speed +10% is very good. Half-price Master of Mint is not that appealing because we already have half-price guy. We'll take this one. We'll do the nobles. I have confidence. Is there actually a fort in Gallipoli? There's not. There is not. We're going to do some things to the Ottomans soon. It looks like I'm leaning toward bringing our fleet back because I think we're going to just jump the Ottomans as soon as the wave of galleys is complete. England is preparing to attack somebody else. These galleys are going to be done very soon. They're 80% done. If we were to fight the Ottomans right now, they have just the original 3 galleys, no heavies. We've got a malus to our ship durability of 10% and a penalty to ship disengagement, but a heavy. It's still 40 cannons. Even if they have, I mean, if we have more galleys than they do and we've got a heavy with 2.5 times the hull strength and 2.5 times the cannon count, should make ship scope boom. Is the hope. Hey, Styria, you want to be friends yet? -8. -40, -35. We can get an alliance to the Mamluks. Okay. The relationship limit's really more of a suggestion, right? I mean, that's 15k troops to offset the Ottomans' 25k troops. Sure. Looks like they might be bordering each other soon, too. Nice. The Mamluks have gone after Dulkadir really early. Cool. We're off to the races. Let's do it. Ba-ba-bum. Let's multiple the capital fort again. And, double check that I've capped out relations with all these guys. Guess we improve with Epirus a bit. Is Epirus small enough that they would ever just become our vassal? -83 due to economic base. So you're saying there's no chance. Why are they rival to England, though? Why is who rival to England? Mamluks? That's a great question. A rival to Venice, England, and the Ottomans. I don't know why they'd be rival to England. It does seem a little bit out of their sphere of influence. Stop mothballing the heavy. Make sure it's fully repaired. Bafra has accepted peace. Caraman will cede stuff. We do have to worry about getting attacked now. However, we're allied to the Mamluks, and we weren't before. Hungary has suddenly flipped to either friendly or they've lost a relationship slot. We have a new ally, Hungary. Although they could easily fall into a union soon. The relationship limit's more of a suggestion rather than a set of rules, correct? 8 out of 5 seems good. Cities demand old rights. Lose government reform progress or lose stab. Well, we only have 14 government reform progress at the moment. Losing stability sucks, but we're going to lose a bunch of stability in the near future anyway. The effects of stab are slightly different from vanilla. It does affect governing capacity modifier to go negative stability. And oddly, having negative stab lowers your autonomy. Interest per annum won't matter. National unrest doesn't really matter. I think we just take the government reform penalty. Styria, -11. Well, we're just chilling until we see if, actually, I do think we get Diplo Rep for being ahead of time on Diplotech. Let's walk back this merchant and extra diplomat now and try to get Diplotech quickly for that one extra Diplo Rep. Bum, 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 bum. Submit to Roman's rule. Lost our valid rival as expected. Do a bad embargo. We are notably a one of the few countries that starts the game as an empire tier government, which is very strong for vassalization and stuff, because we are considered an empire, which is neat. Styria is capped. They don't want to flip friendly. They may flip friendly after they inherit Austria, hopefully. Broke that embargo. We're allowed to rival Serbia. Serbia would be protected by Ragusa, Bosnia. There's an opportunity here. If we attack at the exact right time when Hungary is sieging down Bosnia, I might be able to just fight Serbia, Ragusa. We won't be able to take any clay, but pretty easy war. Except that I won't have military access. Like, it'll be difficult to get up there. And I broke the alliances with everyone over here. Could ally Hum. And then get military access through him, just so that we have adjacency right here. Be a lot easier to actually get up here. And knock out Ragusa. -9 reasons for an alliance. So technically, if we were ahead of time on Diplotech, and I hired the Diplo Rep advisor, we could ally Styria right now. He's only got 16k troops, but he's also got Austria as a... No, he's got further Austria as a vassal. Hungary has actual Austria as a junior partner at the moment. But that whole situation is going to change soon. It'll all flip on its head. Galley is complete. Ottomans have gone after Jandar. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jimmy. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Look what he's gonna do. Ottomans is rivaled by Hungary, and it's pretty darn unlikely they're gonna get military access up this way. Well, friendly, neutral, maybe they do. But if they go around that way, their army is gonna be super out of position, and it's time for us to murder them, which will be great. I think we do just set Serbia as rival. Let's say that I ally Hum, and it takes me 3 years to go mess with these guys, and I'm over the relationship by an extra 1 for 36 months. 36 Diplo points to be able to then get power projection above 50. Has to be worth it. Has to be. Only I could get frickin' this guy to actually ally me. There's also an opportunity here to rent Condottieri against the Ottomans instead of just trying to attack him directly. Gotta keep a close eye on his troops. He's got 26k. You can knock down Jandar first, then probably secure military access up to Crimea. I've got a little window of time before we need to actually potentially be ready for a war. Oh look, more boats. Crap, it pulled back the wrong merchant. I didn't realize that. We've been missing out on our collect trade in this node. Whoops. 1444. And now that we've nearly secured these allies, I think I want to get rid of that cav. Nice. Okay, great. Styria is our ally now. Poland accepts royal marriage. Oh my god, everything's coming up aces. Get our diplomat back. And let's do royal marriage to Poland. -1 reasons for an alliance with Poland. Styria just inherited Austria. Became much stronger. Let's see. You are rival to Denmark, Livonian Order, and Teutonic Order. We could sack some prestige to get more opinion that way, or we could just wait an extra month. I really want to just secure every alliance, like, right now. I think I'll sack 5 prestige to insult, like, Denmark. Which will hopefully also make Styria happy. No, it's the wrong one. What about Livonian Order? No. Teutonic Order? Denmark, Poland, Bohemia. Teutonic Order, you suck. You guys are dumb. Surrender of Maine. Time to teach them war. Royal marriage from Hum is a no-go. Our troops are in position here. We can do our war with Serbia, potentially. Serbia only has 2k troops. We're just waiting on this alliance to Poland. And that's how we do it. So, what, 3 years into the game? See, this is why, Jimmy, this is why the icon of St. Nicholas is better than the icon of St. Michael. 5% discipline? Bah. Improve relations. Poland, Hungary, Austria, Mamluks. Look at all these friends. When you have friends in high places, you don't need discipline. Bosnia is willing to defend him. At the moment. We'll bring over the second army. Did Ladislas already die, or did Friedrich die? So in Beyond Typus, there's this interesting start where Styria exists and Austria exists. Austria is not the emperor. Styria is. Austria is a vassal underneath Styria. Something weird happens, and then Austria becomes a personal union subject of Hungary, and then that's where like Ladislaus thing happens. And if Styria gets the same heir as Hungary, then Styria ends up inheriting Austria directly, and then they can also potentially get Hungary as a junior partner. So in this playthrough, Styria had the standard thing, like they didn't get a free union over Hungary, but they did inherit Austria, which is why they are now Austria themselves. They were Styria, and then upon integration of Austria, they became Austria. Does that all make sense? Would anyone come in against the Ottomans right now? Trebizond and Lovich. Mamluks say no. Also, in Beyond Typus, you need 20 favors to call people in. And because manpower is different, force limits are different, it's a lot harder to generate favors. Like, we only get 0.13 with the Mamluks. With Lovich, we get 0.28. A lot slower. Everything sort of moves at a slightly slower pace, it feels like. You're from Styria? Nice. Styria. Alright, we have all of the allies that I wanted to secure. So, do we now stop pretending like the relationship limit is a suggestion? We're only making 3 diplo points a month. It's a little spooky. 10 out of 5 relations is kind of a big deal. If we could revoke one of the privileges of the nobles, then we could turn on strong duchies, and we would only have, we would have 10 out of 7. I kind of regret the... Oh, I didn't royal marry Trebizond. Great. I think we probably dumped Trebizond. The worst you've ever done is 25 out of 8. I forget, if you go that far over the limit, does it actually make you lose points, or do you just stop earning? It's been a while since I've gone that far over the limit. We'll pay for fleet basing just so that this army can land a little bit quicker. And we're waiting for a window to attack Serbia directly when hopefully Bosnia doesn't defend. Hungary is somehow struggling. I guess they're going for Serbia directly. Where's Bosnia's army? I just don't see it. I guess it must be in his land. There it is. Got a 2-1. You can lose points. Damn. Alright, let's keep on doing this. Ah, shoot. So Jandar is already getting close to getting knocked down. I really don't want to miss out on this opportunity. This is what I want. The Ottomans are going to march through these mountains all the way around here. And then they're going to get hung up, hopefully, on a fort. If not, like, we just want them tied up in the Crimean region. Honestly, maybe it's just a mistake to even go for Serbia right now. Maybe we should just be capitalizing on this pristine opportunity to attack the Ottomans. They've got 12, 13. 13 of their 27k troops are in Jandar. Break the alliance to Trebizond just to save a few points. The Ottoman War is very important, yes. It's just that Serbia is not going to be a valid rival after this war. Like, if we do the Ottoman War, Serbia will not be valid. And getting power projection above 50 so that I can get military tech to tech 4 is just such a high priority in my head, you know? Weird how artillery gains shock value on Tech 4. Like, why? There's only like 2 countries in the game that actually have artillery this tier. If we got trade power from Serbia and from Ragusa, that'd be pretty good income out of that node. Is fighting Serbia worth not fighting the Ottomans? There will always be another opportunity to attack the Ottomans. Now that we've secured our alliance to Hungary, Poland, Austria, Lithuania, Kiev, Mazovia, Moldavia, like, I mean, this Poland alliance on its own is ridiculous. Now that we have all that, like, there will be opportunity to attack the Ottomans. But the opportunity to do it all by our lonesome is pretty sweet, too. How does the Ottoman Navy look? They have 5 galleys to our 6 galleys, but we have that heavy. They don't border each other here. Would they black flag from the correct side when they peace out with Crimea? Most likely they would, if they were sieging here, they'd black flag and then they'd retreat to the capital. So they would come in on the wrong side. But it should take them a long time to siege this, because I mean it's a long march just to get through this military access path. And we don't have vision, but I can kind of see them by clicking on the Terra Incognita to see if they have started occupying stuff. Let's send a scout ship to each of these sea tiles. I just need for Bosnia's army to die. Yes, there it is. There it is. Okay, this is what we need. If Bosnia's army dies, then I think we go for the Serbia war. If it doesn't get stack wiped, it's fully stack wiped. He's still willing to defend, but now he's got no army. He'll be really easy to peace out. I think we have to take this opportunity. It's just too good. It's just too good, man. And attrition minus whatever percent is pretty good. Let's have this army go up to here. And I can't actually get there. Cancel fleet basing from our ally. In fact, we can already break the alliance now. I'm gonna block his ability to recruit. Too many diplomats doing nothing. We should probably stop having an extra one. And Bosnia, honestly, if I can just get him to white peace, I'm happy. So I have access through Croatia. Actually, let's auto-transport you into Croatia. Leave the heavy there. Keep an eye out for Ottoman armies. So we see 9k Ottomans up here. Plus, Bafra is a vassal? He's a vassal. So we've got 10, 11. 11k Ottomans, and I see Ottomans landing now. From this, 7. The 7k plus 10k is 17. Plus 9. I see 26k Ottomans. Out of 26k Ottomans. I see them. I see them. Question is just how quickly can we get this war done? Still feel like this has got to be worth it. One quick occupation here. There's white peace with Bosnia. Hope we're not getting black flagged. I don't think we are. So we're already blockading the Ragusans. If we had a few more ships here, we could actually do a barrage, which only costs, I think, 25 points base. Pull back most of the ships. Pancake, don't you dare start yelling at me. That is very rude. Kirby only has 3k troops and we can see them. Pancake! Stop that. He does not like that I'm playing E4 without beating him. I guess with these extra diplomats that I'm definitely supposed to be paying more attention to, I will improve with my own subjects, because whatever. Also, I had considered seizing land from Athens to allow us to turn on the thing. That's kind of tempting. Pancake! It's only 2 o'clock. You don't need lunch or dinner. You just realized that's the old calculator? Yeah, I used a registry edit or hack or whatever or something to install the old calculator because the new calculator's stupid and bad and way too big. Takes up way too much screen space. Like think about it. How are you supposed to do this? How are you supposed to have like 12 calculators in a row all in the center of your screen when it takes up like 50% of the screen? It's just dumb. You don't see me playing MMOs? I did play World of Warcraft for a lot. Like multiple years of playtime. And I saw that World of Warcraft's kind of popular lately. Get a bigger screen. Good idea. It's not a bad idea. Pretty good idea. Okay, this has 1 siege pip on the leader. You just have to make sure that they don't want to fight us. We'll keep the army together while we wait for this other 4 stack to come over. In fact, why don't we auto-transport to here? 88 ships. 88 artillery, rather. Hey, it's the lights. Suddenly we have a lot of ships and a lot of stuff going on. Okay, while they're there, I think I will pay 25 military points for a barrage. In Beyond Typus, you only get 1 fort level per tier of fort building, and only 1 fort level for your capital, so even a level 2 fort only has 6,000 garrison and only requires 6 troops, and it's a lot easier to assault because of that. Which is interesting, because it's different. Don't have our siege pip leader here, which is a bit of a mistake. No morale cat. Alright, see if we can keep an eye on the Ottoman armies. So, Crimea still has its whole army. 11k troops. I still only see 11k. Sinop fell. The Ottomans... They still have access up that way, but we lost sight of the army that was sieging down Sinop. I don't see the Ottoman transports. They do not have access this way. Ottoman transports are here. Is the Artemis UI still bugged? I'm using a local version of the Artemis UI to play Beyond Typus. Pancake, stop it! I can't pay attention when you're doing that. Okay, he's decided that I have to feed him if I'm going to continue streaming. He has decided. Can you hear him? These are just mercs. I'm not confident in our ability to assault with just mercs, though. And I already paid for the breach, so I think we just wait. No yelling. Nice thing is every one of these battles is giving a little bit of prestige and a little bit of army tradition. "20-day base siege ticks in Beyond Typus. So if you wanted to avoid attrition, you can time it so that you arrive at the beginning of a month. You can actually occupy the province before the monthly tick is done. Need to knock out Ragusa first. Get the admiral in charge of the proper fleet. Let's get the transports to go join. Don't like how we're losing so much money. 2.5 gold a month without having any corruption to root out seems like a lot. Losing 1 gold a month to being over the naval force limit. Probably better to just mothball the light ships. They're not earning. No, they should keep protecting. I need to mothball these. Also, we don't need to be allied to you anymore. Nice. Okay, so we got Ragusa. From Ragusa, we want to yoink dev, maybe? Question mark. Yoink dev from him. We have our second heavy now, too. You can make a calculator this big in Windows 11. Yep. Mine's better. No contest. No question. It's just better. Also, you can go Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, Alt 4. Just change between scientific mode. Just a better calculator. It's just better. See? Alright, so Ragusa, from you, we have no aggressive expansion, so seizing, getting some play would be nice, but the main thing we really want is war reps, trade power, and money directly, depending on how much it is. 33 monies is not a lot, but Yoink Dev costs 21. He doesn't want to do that. He says no. Serbia's army is here. Oh, we would love to fight their navy. Naval tradition, some prestige potentially. Make sure we have our 1-3 here. More shock value. He just took a crossing penalty. Stefan Drazkovic, the 401. Fire value's the wrong pip. Some prestige, naval tradition. Love that alliance. Still have military access, unfortunately. Means that I can't cancel it while these armies are here. Okay, so if we can, I want to piece you out now. 10 diplo points for two development in the capital seems reasonable. Not much else I can do to make it cheaper. In fact, there's like nothing I can do. Burgers being above 10% loyalty doesn't give dev discount. Edict doesn't give dev discount. Giving the what's it called? 20% local autonomy, 15% local dev cost discount privilege for the burgers. That does work, but we don't have a privilege slot open unless we pay back our loans, which we can't do because we're in debt by a lot. So I think we just do it. And then we have 24 war score with you. Didn't crash my Win 11. The good old modern app experience. Yeah, I don't like what they've done. Changing apps for no reason seems dumb. I'm gonna shift consolidate that company because they don't need to be very strong. You go here, you go here. You guys go to there. You guys can go to there. And we're just hoping that this doesn't take very much longer. Be improving with Epirus. And can you get there before the end of the month? You get to Athens? Yes. Get there in mothball. Okay, so Ottoman army. There are 20,000 troops. Crimea has 9k troops left. Ottomans still have 27k troops. Where are the other 7k? I see one. Don't see any sieges up here. Worst case scenario, we miss out on the easy, quote-unquote, opportunity to attack the Ottomans. And we just have to wait a little bit for Hungary to want to come in on a promised territory, which looks like they might already. Also looks like Poland might already. They have a truce until December 49. That's what we're waiting on. 2 years. But I think we go for doing it ourselves. So let's unmothball the combat fleets, quote unquote. Let's bring the whole fleets, all of the fleets together. Except for that scout ship. Actually, I'm going to use scout ships. I should use light ships because they're a lot faster. $4 gold a month, that's a lot of gold. And we stop paying for this many advisors, maybe. We don't really need the improved relations anymore. Stop having access here. We're back down to 8 out of 5. Okay. Serbia. Risking our king one stab is probably not worth it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Just gonna do it anyway. We'll go down a little bit on maintenance. And I want to mothball. I really don't want to pay for all these ships. They're just so expensive. We're losing 1.5 gold a month. I'm gonna have to mothball them. Fall! Quick, please, fall! Alright, negative 28% here. Anyone see the Ottoman army? I see 2k. Where are the rest of the Ottoman troops, darn it? You'd assume that they're, like, out here occupying these provinces, but I don't see them slowly getting control. 2k here. Ah! 4k there. Okay, so 4k, 6k, 26k. I found them. Got them all. Okay, as soon as we can get out of this war, we're good to go. Assuming that, you know... Assuming that they don't black flag and walk back the wrong way, which could happen. Alright, we're really hopeful that Hungary pieces out in a favorable way now so that I can immediately have control of some stuff. The Faith of Jonas. Suppressing personal faith. Yearly legitimacy goes up, but Lemnos gets unrest. Lemnos gains unrest. Okay. Or we let Lemnos flip to Catholic. Do we want to become Catholic? Catholic Byzantine Empire's first, right? There's no way. There's no way. Honestly, I think I'm gonna take the time to just full reload the game here. Try to prompt the Ottoman Hungarians to do their peace deal. Because the sooner they peace out, the sooner we can potentially get our deal. Oh, I still have the save, by the way, from before the end of the year, when we were playing as Tuscany. And I also, remember we had one session when I was really sick, like a week ago, where I was playing as Venice. And I played that save till 1551. If you guys are curious, we could load that save up at some point, just to show what it's like 100 years into Beyond Typus. Did you occupy places that Hungary wants, thus making him wait until you peace out? His primary war is against Bosnia. So he should not be waiting with Serbia. He should just take whatever he can get. We shouldn't be blocking ourselves now. And that being said, while we're doing this, I'm going to put in a cut for the YouTube video that I forgot that I started 2 hours ago. So, see you in the next episode, everyone.